at this. Hey, what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here doing another Transformers figure review on the Transformers Age of Extinction. Not SDCC exclusive, but the G1 colored Slog repaint. If you're trying to get your Transformers figures, you can. Big. Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below. Packaging is the same exact thing as we got on the retail version. That's the retail looking Slog over there. And then on the side we get Transformers. And on the back you can see the retail looking Slog. There's a bio. If you want to read that, go ahead and pause it now. There's Drift right over there. And there's an Autobot logo. And there's another Autobot logo. Let's get to it and crack this thing open. So here's Slog out of the packaging. And I gotta say, I just love this version of this figure. I really like this repaint a lot. I've already reviewed this guy a couple of times already, so I'm not going to go over the articulation or the transformation. But if you want to see my review of the retail Slog, click the annotation right up here. But as far as just the way this guy looks, I really like it a lot. The vac metal, his arms have the vac metal, his legs are covered in the vac metal. I just really like how this looks a lot. Here's a 360 of the figure. Now, one thing I had to do with this, as I had to do with all my other Voyager Slogs, is you got to use a hairdryer to get this flap facing the right direction. Now, his weapons are actually the same exact weapons that we got for retail Slog, so there's no color difference in these lances or anything like that. Same thing with the shoulder guns over here. Hey, he's doing the splits. The paint on this head sculpt looks great. I love how the blue came out. The silver paint right over there over the mouth section looks awesome. I like the black head on this because you can really see it. It stands out, especially with that silver backdrop over there. Look how awesome that vac metal looks on the shoulders. Really nice clean paint for the red and yellow right there on the upper torso. Arms look really cool. Again, just lots of cool vac metal. Really liking the legs on this guy too. He's got his elf shoes. And here's a look at the back of the figure. Also looking really cool. You could arrange this any way you want. Here's the new Slog compared to my G1 Sludge. And I like what they've done here, you know, making the head black just like the G1 color one. You have the yellow center. You have a translucent yellow or gold color right there in the center of that with the red. Here's a new repaint compared to the retail version and then the Platinum Edition version over here. I don't know, out of these three, which one do you like most in the robot modes, huh? Here's Slog compared to the rest of the SDCC Dinobots. This is looking sick. Oh man, just seeing all of them lined up like this. I just think that looks so cool. And here he is next to the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Pigeon Toed Spider-Man. Now I think this robot mode with this paint scheme looks great, but let's see how he looks in his Dino mode. Will you take us away, Bumblebee? And here's Slog in his Dino mode, looking sick with all this vac metal, and I have applied all the weapons over here, as I do not really like to do, but just so you can see how it's supposed to look. You know, here he is fully armed. I like to take all of these things off. I'm not a big fan of them. Even after doing that, you still have this piece over here, which I'm going to remove as well. And to me, this just looks so much better, as I've explained many times before in the past. This is just a much better looking Slog. So transformation-wise, I do feel like the vac metal sections were a little scarier. Just getting things clipped in together made me feel like I may break the plastic, but so far I hadn't seen anything that was going to break. To be honest with you, I've only transformed this particular figure once. He seemed a little stiff in some parts, especially with the vac metal, which was to be expected. Again, this little wobbly section right here is still kind of weird. Now, I really like what Hasbro's done with this translucent yellow plastic right here for his head. Very reminiscent to the G1 toy. This bottom jaw is made with a solid yellow plastic. The eyes do have the blue paint right over there. It looks like some of it kind of missed. Actually, it's not looking that bad. It looks like that's intentional, actually. I gotta say, I think it's really cool how they have this yellow translucent plastic, but they still added yellow paint to the front section of it to add some variety. So you can see the paint added right here. We get that flat gray plastic right there for the front. And the vac metal over here looks so sick. I like the Autobot logos right there. I'm really digging how the body of this figure looks. I really like this really shiny silver paint. It goes well with the vac metal right there on the belly. You get some red. Looking at the top of the figure looks great as well. I think that is looking superb. I love those vac metal toes. Then looking on the back over here, the tail looks great. Just a great looking figure. This is really one of my favorite Dinobot figures from Age of Extinction. I really like it a lot. And for a comparison, here's the SDCC colored Slog compared to the retail version and the Platinum Edition version over here. Let me know which one out of these three is your favorite Slog. So here's Slog compared to my G1 Sludge figure. You could see the resemblance between these two figures over here. They did use a translucent plastic on both of them. Can you imagine if they used these color schemes for the actual movie versions or included the original 5 Dinobots? That would have been sick. Now this may look like a vac metal dino mess to you, but to me this is sick. I love seeing these G1 colored Age of Extinction Dinobots. Having this complete set over here, finally. Been waiting for it since July, man. I am just absolutely stoked and pumped about this. Now, do I recommend pursuing everybody getting this setup? It can't be for everybody. You know, you gotta really like the G1 Dinobot colors. You also gotta like the Age of Extinction Transformer molds, you know what I mean? So for me, I like it. I like both. I'm very, very pleased with this. So if you're into them, get them. It's not cheap, but they do look freaking awesome. Anyway, hope you guys liked my video. If you did, please hit the subscribe button right over Slog's head over there. And if you haven't seen it already, check out the Platinum Edition box set over there and add me on the Instagram if you haven't already. And you can see a photo gallery of images from this review at tformers.com. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.